everybody, welcome back to the Feeling Well Files. I'm Dr. Pete, and today I'm here with Trish. Trish, thanks for being on the Feeling Well Files.
You're welcome.
Trish, you've been a patient here at my office, Clearview, for a while. So for our audience, let's take them through what brought you to a chiropractor, what was going on with your health back before I met you, that you were, the problems that you were looking for a solution for. So why don't you share that?
So I think I started coming about 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's about that.
And I was having shoulder pain, but I've had pain in my back since I was about 12 years old from scoliosis. And the doctors, they said there's nothing like I could really do. There's only painkillers I could take, but there's only so many painkillers that you can really take. It's not good for your stomach. So I was about to try anything. So I found Dr. P and I gave it a try. And from the first adjustment, my shoulder felt instantly better. And from then I've continued to improve.
Very cool. Great. So, there's so much in there. And if if you're watching, if you're living with chronic pain or problems, right, you kind of get used to it, right? And you're a younger person, and
Yeah.
10 years ago, or
Yeah.
even younger, of course. You kind of you're living with this pain and problems, scoliosis. What was that like for you? Just kind of having to deal with it, or being told there's really not much that can be done to help?
Well, you kind of feel hopeless, and then certain activities that day to day were challenging. So I'm a high school teacher, so I'd be carrying my book bag, and it would be hard to carry.
Right.
And then sometimes little things like that, you really appreciate that I can carry my book bag and not be in pain.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was in the days of books 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any more books. Right? It's all online.
My computer now.
So, but now, that brings up another issue, which is sitting.
Yeah.
For the last year plus.
Yeah.
Teaching on a screen, right?
Yeah.
So, which can't be
No, and
easy.
that's very challenging because sitting at a screen, and then I have multiple screens that I'm looking at. So I look down to right, and then I'm looking up to see my class online. So I'm constantly twisting my neck. So coming here to chiropractic has been a lifesaver for me, where I don't know what I would have done without it. I probably would have had to take time off work.
I'm glad we met. It's really awesome. Yeah, and right now you come in about every 2 weeks. So it can basically, because you do other things, stretches, you do yoga. You're actually a yoga teacher.
Yeah, I'm a yoga
so you
teacher.
do keep moving, but I guess those every 2 week checkups and adjustments just help keep things from getting too off track and getting back to the pain you were having before. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing your story. And so what you're going to see now, guys, is some of the typical adjustments or areas we work on with Trish. The adjustments you see in these videos, basically one of the main purposes of them is to get areas of the spine moving that are locked up. And we know that a moving spine is a healthy spine, and generally a healthy spine is a pain-free spine. So check these out. So many of you might have heard of scoliosis. How would you know if you've never been checked by a chiropractor, never had x-rays, if you have it? Trish has some telltale signs. When we look at her posture, we can see that this right shoulder is a lot lower than the left shoulder. And that's because her spine is curved through here. We don't see it as much through her hips. If you start to bend forward and touch your toes, Trish, just stop, come on back up a little bit. You can also see that this right side, this is basically called like a rib hump. So the right side of the ribs are higher than the left. That is an indication. You can sort of have someone check that with you, or your kids, you have them bend forward and see if there's a big hump on one side compared to the other. That can be an indication of a scoliosis. Come on back up there, Trish. So another thing, when we look at Trish's posture from the side, we look at a couple things here. Now she's doing a good job right now, but what happens, show me what your posture looks like near the end of the day from online teaching. Okay, so there we see it. So this curvature in the upper and mid back, that's called a thoracic kyphosis. So you can kind of see that she's curving too much forward through here. And then if we look at from the side, the ear is quite a bit forward from the shoulder. So that's an increased curvature here and forward head posture, both of which are going to be putting pressure on the joints and the spinal tissues in this area in the neck. So it can be neck pain, shoulder pain, upper back pain and stiffness. And if those areas stay that way and don't move, those tissues over time, they're going to essentially stiffen and degenerate, and they can lead to real chronic problems. So we got to keep these parts of the spine moving, and especially today for people that are, you know, working from home or working in front of a screen, it's really critical that either with chiropractic care or exercises that these areas are kept moving. So one of the ways we can check our patients sort of visit to visit is just a lying down palpation of the spine. So we can check the SI joints, how those joints are moving. Not too bad for Trish today. As I come up into the low back, the lumbar spine, and around L2, L3, definitely some resistance to it moves that way but not that way. So we're going to adjust that segment as we come up a little bit more into her mid back. Definitely some stiffness here. Is that a little bit tender, or how does it feel when I press through here, Trish?
Feels pretty good, actually.
Feels good.
Like it feels nice that you're...
Feels okay. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So we are going to do some work up here, and then when we check into the neck, yeah, the right side. So I'm on the. What do you feel there?
It's very
a little sore. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I'm on the joint at C2, C3, and it's inflamed, and I can feel that, and the muscles around it are tight, and it really extends down into this right shoulder region. So we're going to do some work there as well. Okay, just relax a bit there. Good. Perfect. All right, so we're into this upper back region that has some stiffness to it. Yeah, what do you feel when I get in there?
Feels tender.
Tender. Okay. So take a breath in and let it out. Excellent. So just checking Trish's neck. Definitely right C2-3. So that joint is hurting and stuck, and basically when the joint doesn't move, often there's pain, and we get it moving, there is relief. That's one of the big goals of the chiropractic adjustment. So here we go. And just look to the left a bit for me, Trish. Good. Great. How did that feel?
Great.
Comfortable? Not painful?
Not at all.
Fantastic. If you do think you have scoliosis, the best thing you can do is get to a chiropractor, get your spine checked and examined by a professional who can give you more of an indication of what's going on and what you can do about it, and hopefully you can get some relief like Trish is getting. So thanks for watching the videos, guys. Please like and subscribe. We got lots more great content coming your way. If you have anything particular you want to see, leave it in the comments below. Different conditions you might have, you know, headaches, back pain, carpal tunnel, sciatica. We'll have more ways that we can help you, and you'll see more patients whose problems have been solved with chiropractic. Thanks for watching.